It's been an absolutely mental few days in the world of Norwegian football. As you will probably well know, their Sunday's game against Romania was cancelled due to a positive test, a positive coronavirus test in the squad. However, their game against Austria has been announced in the last few hours, in the last day. Will be on. The game on Wednesday will be played. Norway, Austria, the fight for promotion will happen, will take place. But there is a lot more about this story than just that. But we have to start at the beginning. Let's take a look back at the weekend. Saturday, Norway's preparing again for the game against Romania. They think it's going ahead. They're going to the airport, they're going to Oslo. But as they're on their way to the airport, it turns out that Omar El Abdellawi's test for coronavirus comes back positive, and as a result, the Norwegian health authorities had to step in, and essentially they told the Norwegian Federation, you can't travel. There's a positive test in the squad. You cannot travel to take on Romania, and they said, you know, as per the rules, there has to be a 10-day quarantine for all the squad, all the players and the backroom staff as well. So Norway, the federation, had found itself in a really tricky situation. That game against Romania was a huge deal. Norway and Austria are scrambling, they're fighting for a chance to get into the highest league in this nations league. Crucial game against Romania, and it cannot be played. They cannot go to Bucharest. In turn, obviously, game gets cancelled, and you know, as the rules say, the players, the squad, and the backroom staff have gone for a 10-day quarantine. But as the story rolled out, you know, everybody thought, you know, with the situation with the game against Romania, surely the game against Austria won't take place. Norway, Austria, who are set to play on Wednesday. But a statement has come out from the Norwegian Football Federation saying that game will take place. But they face, of course, another issue, because Norway have said yes, the game will go ahead. But who is going to play for Norway? Because obviously everybody's in a quarantine. Everybody who was selected for the national team anyway is in quarantine. The manager is in quarantine. So who's going to play? Well, they have found a solution. I'm going to put up a graphic now. This is the squad that Norway have come up with. This is the squad, this is the makeshift team that's going to play against Austria. Essentially what's happened was, Norway have searched the continent and they have picked out anybody eligible, anybody who wants to help out and who's relatively good enough. Perhaps people who could have been in contention for this Norway team, and including players who weren't in contention for this Norway team. Nevertheless, they have built a makeshift team, and this team is going to go to Austria and play in this Nations League game on Wednesday. These players, by the way, you'd think they'd have at least some time to prepare, but that's not going to happen, is it? Because the original plan was for all the players, as you just saw on the list, and I'll pull up the list again, all these different players, obviously from different clubs around Europe. The plan was for all of them to go straight to Vienna. But that can't happen because some of them are in countries where you can travel to Austria, and some of them are in countries where you can't. Don't forget, Austria is heading into a second lockdown as well, so that's causing all sorts of problems. Nevertheless, the team now is set to meet up in Norway, so they all have to travel to Norway. Then there's a chartered flight organised to go to Vienna. They will arrive there on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday they're going to have to come up with something and take on Austria. They're going to have to play them. They're going to have to think of something. But I'll tell you something, there's a host of games on Wednesday night, but this is the one I'm going to be focusing on. I cannot think about watching any other game than this. What a story this could turn out to be. Norway, a makeshift team, total, I was going to say total unknowns, but that's not true. A total team of misfits. These players were expected to spend a nice weekend off. Now they're heading over to Vienna, first to Oslo, then to Vienna to take on Austria in a must-win game, may I add. A must-win game in this UEFA Nations League, League B. Let's face it, Austria are currently on 12 points. They had one game more than Norway. They beat Northern Ireland by 2-1. Norway are currently on 9 points. They're 3 points behind. In the previous game between these two teams, earlier in September, it was Austria who beat Norway, away in Norway, 2-1, which means that if Norway are to progress from this League B Group 1, they will have to beat Austria by 2 goals. Now forget that. I've been looking at the quotes from the Norwegian Football Federation. All they care about is a reasonable, respectable performance, a respectable outing against this strong Austrian team. That's all you can ask for them. But just imagine what a story it would be if they could pull it off. Not only a win, what if they could pull off qualification here from League B? That would be one of the stories of 2020, surely, in international football. It would be incredible. We will have to see what happens on Wednesday, but it's certainly going to be a game worth following, a game worth watching. What happens? We'll have to wait till Wednesday, but until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.